Good evening, class. Today we'll be talking about indices. Indices is a word from index. Index is a singular, while indices is a plural. This index can also be called power. How do we recognize this? For example, if I have a raised to power 5, this a is called this, while this 5 is called power, or we can call it index. Power or index. Now let's now look at the laws of indices. Laws of indices. The first law we'll be talking about is law 1. We call it multiplication law. Multiplication law. What does this law say? The law says when you multiply indices of the same base, we add the power. For example, I have a raised to power 5 times a raised to power 3. Let's look at this. Here and this a and this a are base. Now, if we have the same base like that, you pick one base, then you are going to add the power. That will be 5 plus 3. Then this will give me a raised to power 8. That's what the first one says, multiplication law. Let's look at another example there. Let's assume we have 5 raised to power 2 times 5 raised to power 6. Now to get to this, since they have the same base, 5 and 5, we are going to pick one base, then we are going to add the power. That's 2 plus 6. So that will also give me 5 raised to power 8. That's what the first laws of indices says. And before I move into a way, let's look at this as well. 2 raised to power minus 4 times 2 raised to power 3. I have these two, then they have the same base. I pick one base, then minus 4 plus 3. And here, I'm going to have 2 raised to power minus 4 plus 3. That will give me minus 1. That is the first law of indices. Then the second law, that's law number 2. We have division law. Division law. What does this law say? The law says when we divide the same base of indices, we subtract the power. Let's look at it. Let's use this as an example as well. A raised to power 5 divided by a raised to power 3. Since they have the same base, I'm going to pick one base, a, and I'm going to subtract the power 5 and minus 3. So, and that will give me a 5 minus 3, that is 2. Let's use a number. I have 7 raised to power 8 divided by 7 raised to power 10. Since they have the same base, I'll pick one of the base, then I will subtract the power 8 minus 10, and that will give me 7 raised to power minus 2. That is the second law. So let's go to the third law of indices.